Hi everyone, welcome back to this new video. Today I'll be testing this GPU. This right here is a Nvidia GeForce 6200 LE. This card was released in April of 2005 and it comes clocked in at 350 MHz. It has 64 MB of DDR VRAM which comes clocked in at 250 MHz. This card also has 2 pixel shaders, 2 TMUs and 2 ROPs. Let's find out what this old GPU can still do in 2021. First off, it was time to take this card out of its home, which is a free PC that I picked up. Taking out the card, it had a faint hint of a smoker's home and it was very dusty. So I first took the card apart. This card uses clips instead of screws, which is pretty annoying. Nonetheless, I managed to get the cooler off pretty quickly. Then I cleaned both the heatsink and the GPU itself. Here is a before and after of them. I applied some fresh thermal paste and then it was time to put the card back together. Let's have a look at the card itself. This card is passively cooled with this tiny heatsink. For video out, this card has VGA, component out and DVI. I then put the card into my PC. This is also my test system and it has an Intel Core i7-3770K, 12GB of DDR VRAM and an Asus Sabertooth Z77 motherboard. Alright, let's see if this card even works. And luckily, it does. Then I installed the drivers. At first this went smooth and easy, but after a bit the PC started having random blue screens. This stopped after 3 blue screens, but it is a weird driver issue that I wanted to mention. It was also very annoying having to reinstall the drivers after every reboot, since this GPU has the same driver issues that the 7300 LE that I tested had. Let's run some benchmarks, starting with Userbenchmark. Userbenchmark showed that the CPU was performing way below expectations, but it didn't tell me anything about the GPU. Heaven would not load due to direct 3D limitations. In Performancetest, this GPU got a score of 24 in the 2D mark and a score of 42 in the 3D mark. Let's test some games. Minecraft refused to start. Roblox actually started, but an average FPS of 2 with 1% and 0.1% lows of 2 FPS isn't exactly what I would call playable. Freddy Fazbears Pizzaria Simulator also launched, but I only got around 10 FPS in game, which I wouldn't really call playable. Ultimate Custom Night ran even worse, hitting a maximum of only around 2 FPS. Euro Truck Simulator 2 would not launch due to DirectX limitations. Bus Simulator 12 launched, but I only got around 2 FPS in game, which combined with input lag is not very playable. In CSGO, the card only managed to get a max FPS of 4 in the benchmark, while usually hovering around 3. BeamNG Drive did not launch due to DirectX limitations. Bus Simulator 16 launched, but crashed while in the loading screen. PC Building Simulator ran terrible. I couldn't even get MSI Afterburner to display the FPS, but if I had to guess, it wouldn't be much more than 1 FPS. Fortnite and GTA wouldn't launch due to the graphics card being too old for the Epic Games launcher. I also tried overclocking the card. This was the most that I could push the card, which meant that I got an extra 105 MHz on the core clock, but nothing extra on the memory clock since MSI Afterburner didn't let me change the memory clock. I tried Roblox again, where this time I got a whole FPS extra, which means that I got a 50% performance boost, but it didn't make the game any more playable. In Freddy Fazbears Pizzaria Simulator, I got nearly identical FPS, and the same goes for Ultimate Custom Night, so it looks like overclocking only gave a slight FPS boost in Roblox, but it didn't make anything playable. And then it was time to uninstall the drivers and shut the PC down. Now, what do I think of it? In my opinion, this card is not very usable anymore in 2021. The drivers are very buggy as they crash after a reboot, and the card gets very hot and none of the games that I tested were playable. So no, I would not recommend this card for use in a PC in 2021. It might be good for a retro build, but for day-to-day use this card is not suitable. This card will join the 7300 LE in my collection of cards that are too bad to be called usable, so no one will accidentally torture themselves by using this card. And with that, this video comes to an end. Thanks so much for watching, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!